Today's Legal on 4, whether you're involved in a routine traffic stop, as a witness to a crime, or even a suspect, there's a good chance that at some point you're going to have to interact with law enforcement. It's important to make sure that that interaction is safe and uneventful for everyone involved. Our legal contributor, Craig Wisnom, joins us now. And probably the first thing to remember is that be polite.
Exactly.
Start that way and end that way.
Start that way. Some of this is very common sense. Keep in mind from the police officer's perspective that they never know who they're dealing with. And you might know you're of no danger to them whatsoever, but the police officers have to be concerned because of those unfortunate situations where someone might turn violence on them. So it's always good to make things not only as polite as possible, but calm as possible. Don't give them any reasons to be nervous. Don't give them any reasons to be upset. And hopefully you'll make the interaction as uneventful as possible.
You say don't physically resist.
No, obviously that's hopefully something people listening to this don't even have to think about. But yes, I mean, if police officers are going to detain you or restrain you, the only thing you can really normally do is go along with that.
Do not think that you are smarter than the police officer.
No, that's probably one of the things they want to hear least is have you talk down to them and tell them what your rights are and things like that, because the odds are, no matter what you think you know, they probably know it better than you do.
And have heard it about 50,000 times.
Exactly,
yeah.
Yes.
And also, officers are trained to pick up on lies.
Yes, I mean, you're dealing with people who are very experienced in these situations. If you don't want to tell them something, don't lie, don't say anything. Generally, in most cases, you have the rights not to answer most questions, and so if you're in that situation, be polite and respectful about it and simply say you just feel you can't answer anything more at that point.
Probably the most important thing to know is when to be quiet, right?
Absolutely. Police officers are trying to do their job, and after they're taking care of safety and protecting people and such, they're trying to gather information. And in certain situations, it may be natural to try to be friends with them and make them feel good and gain their respect by telling them whatever you can. But depending what's gone on, that might not be in your best interest. And I've had a number of police officers say that, if they were in ever a situation, there's a self-defense issue or, someone shot in the line of duty, the best thing that they would do is keep quiet and say, I'm sorry, I want to help you, but first I need to talk to my lawyer. And
everything you say to a police officer is important. Don't underestimate that.
Exactly. Now, obviously, if there are some things where you're in, there's no danger to you by commenting to them, it's one thing, but in the most part, you're not really going to help yourself out by talking too much.
And do you have to show your driver's license and registration when a police officer asks for it?
Yes, there are others.
Do you have to take a breathalyzer if you're...
Exactly. If you're caught and they suspect you of driving under the influence, you are obligated to take a blood alcohol test. There's a law that says if you're driving on Arizona roads, you're legally consenting that if they need to test you, you'll give up that information. And if you don't, you could lose your right to drive, even if you're not
found
drunk. Yes.
DUI. Thank you. We could go on and on with this. Maybe we should make a part 2 with more stuff.
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you, Craig. Well, whether it's